Genesis Part 1. The simulated HLNA guided mission pursuing teleportative map is a far cry from its original offerings, pushed forward to pursuit of time and skill based challenges to face the final test in a non-flyer and quite difficult map to traverse, and needing a renewed knowledge of creatures purpose fit for this map. What are your favourite creatures? You're right kids, it's Raasclark and welcome to another top 10 as voted by you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share around and let's get into it. So in at number 10 is the Percopter. A great early choice in one of the more friendlier regions. The marsupial could be just what you need for travelling, harvesting and breeding. Found anywhere throughout the Arctic, preferring rare mushrooms, found via blue mushrooms in the bog biome, knocked out and saddled at level 23 will find you able to bound around better than most. Capable of jumping pretty high with acceptable health, high speed and weight capacity, in a non-flyer map it frees up movement around at least a little more, able to shoot from it if needed, or use its surprisingly hard kickback to send enemies further than you'd think. On top, it's a handy resource collector, able to harvest thatch and wood from trees and berries from bushes, but its pouch is a surprising fit for later stages. Able to hold any player in if chosen to, you can opt to hold baby creatures, allowing to earn double the imprint affinity whilst still in there, eating at a reduced food consumption rate until they grow out of it, but offering an early boost that could be vital starting out. In at number 9 is the Megalodon. An interesting choice rarely seen in a top 10, but with a region dedicated to underwater travel, it's a great choice to have around. Found indeed in the ocean region, preferring superior kibble once knocked out and saddled at 47, despite its size can be a deadly aquatic mount. In particular, its gnashed bleeding effect, draining a victim's health up to 5% for 5 seconds, meaning even the largest, most powerful creatures in the sea can be killed much quicker than expected, and in a group are a force to be reckoned with. The Ultra Megalodon possesses one of the highest pack buff ratings in the game, able to max out 8 sharks in total, seeing even tough alphas reduced to mush. A relatively quick traveller too, with a sharp turning radius, could mean an easier travel through the deeper locations, allowing it to farm its speciality, meat, and in quick succession. Not least forgetting its ability to wield an elemental shooting tech saddle, and that X variants, like every other in this list, adds an additional 5% melee damage at the cost of 3% health. In at number 8 is the Shalon. When it comes to mighty walking tanks, there's not much bigger than the giant turtle. Found throughout the ocean biome and saddled at 45, it's by far one of the most unique and frustrating tames, needing to lead a parakeet fish school to it, allowing them to aggro on it and then defend from constant respawning salmon or coelacanth. Easier said than done. But once done, you've got a mobile base, able to build upon it and even live underwater due to its oxygen vents, as well as instant irrigation of any crop plots placed on it. But its alarmingly incredible health pool speaks for itself. With the right saddle can be an absolute bullet soaker, as well as being a great blockade to push behind it. Not forgetting, it can be a very agile walker, climbing up most mountains and cliffs efficiently, and can passively produce rare flowers and mushrooms endlessly for as much as you need. In at number 7 is the Exotus. Ever a popular choice in polls, the fluffy roaring Rex relative comes in clutch as another need on Gen Part 1. Found almost all over the Arctic, though in higher volumes to the east, knocked out and preferring extraordinary kibble, it's the go-to boss companion and kibble maker. Saddled at level 80, its recognisable qualities boasts intimidation, roars, terrifying creatures to running away and reducing damage from them by 50%, a useful tool for quickly gathering poop, and courage roars, boosting attack damage for allies by 25% and reducing incoming damage by 20%, an invaluable and consistently used asset for the many intense challenges on the map, specifically the very brutal final test. Still able to hold its own in a fight with a surprisingly quick speed, its eggs are perhaps more valuable than most, considering they can be used to make the best tiered kibble, which can be used to tame any creature that requires any level of kibble, meaning these to be the only egg producers you'll need on the map. In at number 6 is the Basilosaurus, a must-go-to, specifically for one of the tougher missions on Gen 1, but worth its weight throughout its habitat. Unexpectedly found in the ocean on Genesis Part 1, passively tamed with intermittent feeds, preferring exceptional kibble and getting easier as time progresses, it's the safest way to travel through the water, with a shock immunity to eels and jellyfish, and grab immunity to Tuzos, allowing you to farm and kill each with much less worry. Saddled at 60, it'll provide a giant amount of insulation when ridden, passively generating oil, and when leveled up can become a tanky battle submarine, able to take on multiple predators at once, and in particular, the ultimate sea predator. Moda, the unique mini-boss of Genesis 1, becomes a much easier fight to navigate with the shock block ability of the Basilo, allowing you to ride through the fight without too much worry. Just be careful of that depleting health owed to it being too deep. In at number 5 is the Tech or X Rex. There's nothing more iconic to the ARK franchise than the ever comfortable choice of a Rex, and they're just as valuable on Gen 2, and in fact easier to find. With its X variant found in the Volcano biome, its Tech variant, boasting higher levels than its normal counterpart, can be found in the bucket load throughout the Lunar biome, making it the go-to place to tame one. And once knocked out and fed its preferred exceptional kibble, you've got an all-around choice for most of the map. Possessing a balanced power of both high melee and tanky health, once saddled at 74, you've got one of the best meat harvesters in the game, able to freeze anything on the spot with a touch of fecal matter to them, strong speed and stamina levels, and a solid choice to breed and prepare for some of the much more difficult missions, and one of the toughest bosses in the game. In at number 4 is the Therizino. When it comes to harvesting everything at once, there's no better than the tickle chicken, with almost as much force as a Rex. Found throughout the western section of the Arctic and recommended to use exceptional kibble once knocked out, you've bagged a multi-tool, able to level in either power or delicate via a special pinwheel, boosting those particular harvests by up to 165.7%. Power harvesting gathers wood, thatch, rare mushrooms, raw meat, raw prime meat, raw fish meat, raw prime fish meat, hide, chitin, keratin, leech blood, and organic polymer. Delicate harvesting gathers fiber, silk, rare flowers, plant species X seeds, plant species Y seeds, wood, thatch, sap, cactus sap, rare mushrooms, raw meat, raw prime meat, raw fish meat, raw prime fish meat, hide, chitin, keratin, leech blood, and organic polymer. And bite harvesting gathers berries and crop seeds, wood, cactus sap, hide, chitin, and scrap metal, able to kill riders off saddles too. Additionally, can be left on wonder to autonomously harvest for you, and being as hard-hitting as the best, can be unattended without much worry. In fact, with its ability to heal quicker with sweet vegetable cakes, could be the better choice for some of the much harder challenges later on in the map. In at number 3 is the Ferrox. The lean, mean growing machine comes in as a treasured treat indeed, if you've got the Ellie for it. found either in the blinding east of the Arctic or much easier found via the Oasis Cave, found via simply searching a mission, you'll need a stack of element ready to feed, and a lot of patience to avoid its growth until done. Taking a little understanding of addiction, needing to feed a Ferrox up to 5 element to shapeshift, and allowing to keep feeding up to maximum addiction, boasting 200% melee damage, 50% attack speed, and 25 damage resistance, needing to keep on feeding element if not wanting to shapeshift back, it can be a costly tame to keep. But in its small stage, allowing to passively dig up element dust when on the ground, and able to sit on your shoulder ready to launch into action when needed, it's an incredible quick all-terrain mount, able to cling to surfaces, super jumping great distances and launching into attack furies, ground slamming to prevent running and flying, and throw hard hitting boulders from range. No saddle required, but don't forget to pop on a helmet for some armor, able to offer 255 both hypothermic and hypothermic insulation in either state. Combined makes it, as long as you've got the element, an effective boss killer. In at number 2 is the Magmasaw. The hot and heavy metal farming, base destroying Sharoof comes in, and is, for Gen 1, a fantastic choice for grinding and fighting. Found all throughout the volcano region, but needing to steal their eggs from deep inside the active volcano, an easier task said than done, and needing either ambergris or sulfur to raise up. Once saddled at 95, you've got an incredible tank with a high health pool, able to heal incredibly quickly with ambergris fed, able to spit raging fireballs at the cost of metal ingots to inflict incredible damage and burn anything in its wake, including structures up to tech. Launching an AoE fire attack if needed, attracting enemy creatures, all being more useful in hot environments and useless in snow or water, but its swipe, whilst dealing a fair amount of damage, is much more useful than killing. Able to swipe at any metal nodes, and with a 75% weight reduction on metal, can become a fantastic choice for farming when leveled in weight, especially considering it can become a mobile forge, smelting that metal into ingots on the fly, still being pretty decent for stone, flint, thatch and wood too. Not forgetting, whilst riding, your player is immune to lava damage, allowing you to literally swim through the hot stuff without a care in the world, but not the best in the Gen 1 world. And before we get to that, let's just take a quick look at the creatures that didn't just make the cut. And here it is, in at number 1, the Blood Stalker. Winning by a spider swing and a half is the grotesque but ever fun travelling choice of the bog spider. Found much easier via the giant trees throughout the bog biome, and usually quite high up, it's more than likely one will find you first, needing you to chop and wriggle yourself free, initiating a slightly complex taming process of equipping blood packs and sending in tamed creatures to improve its efficiency, and then allowing it to literally suck your blood. You've bagged an incredible fun mount to travel around the map on, with much more than fun things to do. Highly suggested to practice via the King of Swing Grand Prix mission. Once mastered, its web slinging can make you one of the fastest creatures in the game, with great aerial control, able to launch through each swing, double jump, launch into a parachute when needed, climb any surface and swim, allowing you to use the same webs to pull and grapple players and creatures, allows you to suckle them for feasting, boosting health as well as food, and effectively troll anything you'd like, keeping them in place to help taming too. Able to hover above water can make it a great choice to tame or kill a range of sea creatures, and able to spot them and everything else from far away with its enhanced spider vision. And not requiring no saddle either makes it a great early choice right off the bat to traverse a no-flyer map the best way possible. And did you agree or not? Comment below, let me know. What map do you want to see voted on next? My name's Raasclark, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.